As you know, we talked about it earlier, the main interest rate has been put up again. Economist says it's likely to keep going up to try to keep a lid on soaring inflation. Let's go back to Alan Jenkins in Glasgow, where he's been finding out how it will affect us all. And Alan, the bad news, it seems, just keeps on coming.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's something many businesses will not want on the menu right now, if you pardon the pun. They're worried that if people don't have as much money to spend, they're less likely to come into this vegan cafe in Glasgow and spend their money. Well, I'm now joined by the manager, Lynn. Thank you for joining us on 5 News. How much of a concern is it that people may not be coming in here if they don't have the money to spend?
Yeah, no, definitely it's a big worry. Obviously, we rely on our customers to come in and they need to have the funds to spend on things like this.
And this is just one issue on top of many things. Prices going up for various things.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, like for example, at the minute we're just starting to pay back our COVID grants. The obviously VAT increased, money's coming from everywhere, prices from all our suppliers have been up, there's no kind of rest anywhere.
And is that a worry then when you are running a business like this, that you think, how will you survive if people aren't coming and spending their money?
No, of course, definitely. We have to think every possible way we can save money and do everything we can to, reuse, zero waste, everything. Like, that's definitely important to us as a business, like zero waste and things like that, but we have to do everything in our power to...
And just briefly, you've got other things that you're already paying back as well from COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's kind of time to pay back the COVID loans now. So we've got that money coming out. We've got the monthly VAT. We've got just money coming out everywhere, not coming in.
Lynn, thank you. You've got a lot to be dealing with right now. So what do potential customers in the streets of Glasgow make of it? Many of them are very worried.
I think for people that are trying to pay off mortgages and wages aren't going up, then it's going to be quite difficult going forward. But it's a percentage, is that right?
This is 1.25%.
1.25%.
No, it's going up 0.25%.
So that's probably the biggest hike in quite some length of time.
Yeah. It's really quite bad. I think it's hard because people don't fully understand the damage it's going to cause long term. They appear it's going to be a short term, interest rates, and that it'll threat it out. You might as well take your money out of the bank.
Yeah, you're quite worried then?
Yes.
It's all right, it's still pretty low. I remember them a lot higher.
So you're not bothered by it?
No.
Well, I suppose the flip side is the savings rate will go up. If you've got savings left.
But for people that are perhaps trying to get a mortgage, it maybe not be as
well,
good.
For mortgages, yeah. It's hard times again.
Hard times ahead indeed. Well, those offering advice and support to people who have money concerns right now say we could be dealing with this for the long term.
We're seeing more people presenting with problems with debt, more people problems with their energy bills, and then also most worryingly food bank referrals. So it's people just not being able to make their basic needs. So the interest rates going up today, I think that's a sign that this cost of living crisis is not lessening anytime soon. And for those who need to borrow to sort of get through the short-term crisis, those debt rates are going to make it much harder to make it through.
What advice do you have for people who are concerned then?
So I just say that if you want to come to the Citizens Advice Bureau, our advice is free, it's confidential, and we can help you manage your bills better, make sure you're not falling into debt or falling into sort of long-term difficulties.
So difficult times ahead for people in the streets of Glasgow and for a business like this. Lots of things to be thinking and worrying about right now, sadly.